I'm the additional political secretary to the Chief Minister, and since 2019, because our government was formed in 2019, and in recent election 2024, we could manage to win all the seats. Now we have a constituency of 32 seats, and right now we won all the seats. And again, I think in few days to come, I'll be given a post, additional political secretary, because this is a nominated post, not an elected post. So I'll be given the responsibility. At the same time, right now, that is part of the government, but as a party which is known as Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party, the president is Prem Singh Tamang Goli for the party, and the chief minister as well. I've been given the responsibility of as a president of the Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party Students Wing, which is one of the important wing in the party. Yes.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the tree planting and
Okay.
the net zero?
Okay. So, as you know, environmental policies has to be worked as a priority. What I feel, because if the environment is good, if there is, if you care Mother Nature, the posterity will gain this benefit. Because if nature is there, we are there, and if nature is not there, we are not there. So it's important to preserve our nature, and in that process, our government has started some environmental projects like Mero Ruk, Mero Santiti. It's like my tree, my posterity. It's a plantation drive where a newborn baby, the family or the parents has to plant 108 saplings, and that sapling will be provided by the government. At the same time, if the family doesn't have land, the land will be provided by the forest department, and that 108 trees, especially 108, is a very auspicious number also for people who follows Buddhism. So it's a project by the government of Sikkim under the leadership of Prem Singh Tamang Goli. And other project is my road, my sapling. That is like planting trees in the borders of the roads, whereby in order to boost tourism as well. And most of the saplings that will be used beside the road will be flower based or something to do with fruit based. So this is, and in nation-wise also. Narendra Modi ji has started a drive called Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. This is like plant a tree in the name of a mother. So this is a very noble initiative to honor our mothers. So this project is also being seriously taken in our state. Some of the projects like that, yes.
And what about net zero?
Okay, net zero in Sikkim. I am the Net Zero Fellowship. I've done fellowship in Net Zero. We had a workshop last year in Guwahati, and it was a very learning experience was very good. And I came to know that Net Zero is a term which is being practiced around the world. Especially, for example, the country which is the most developed country in the world, USA, has put up a deadline or a tagline of Net Zero to achieve Net Zero by 2050, and our country India has decided to achieve net zero by 2070. So basically net zero is about bringing the equilibrium in the nature of number of carbon that is being released and the pollution that is being released in the atmosphere. We need to curb it down. So there are some net zero goals which has to be followed. So I'm the fellowship of that net zero, and yes, this project will definitely work in the long run to serve as a main instrument to protect our mother nature and our universe, so that our posterities will enjoy the fruits of benefit that we are doing right now. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you came to America to have
Okay.
this training, all this training?
So back then in 2018, I had the opportunity to meet the American Consulate General, Miss Patty Hoffman, and a political analyst, Miss Madam Tinku Roy. She is a political analyst for Sikkim, Nepal, Bhutan, Jharkhand, and the Northeast. So 2018, they had come to Sikkim in a hotel called Norkil to visit some important government officials. Back then in 2018, I was in the opposition party. We were not in the government, so at that time I had a lot of knowledge on various issues of Sikkim. And I was also, before joining Sikkim Krantikari Morcha party, I was part of Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee's party, where I was in that party as the general secretary for the state, and I knew a lot of issues for Sikkim, Darjeeling, Kalimpong, Khorsan. So in that meeting with the Patty Hoffman, I was able to speak on geopolitical issues as well, on the state of Sikkim and West Bengal, on the Himalayan region. So they were quite impressed, and they told me that they will invite me to America if there is some political leadership program. So yes, then 2019 we formed the government. In 2020, the opportunity had come. In 2020 itself, in February, email came to my account and they had invited, but unfortunately COVID-19 happened, and there was a global lockdown, national lockdown. So I could not come, and I thought that it's now opportunity is gone, because, and I was busy also because 2020 I was given the responsibility of additional political secretary, and then we were a young government, after the change happened after 25 years, and politically also we had only 17 seats out of 32, and we were in a very very young stage, so a lot of responsibility had come. So I had forgotten this idea, but this year something good happened. We formed the government also, and an email had come from the American Consulate General's office, and from Calcutta, and at the same time from IVLP, which is International Visitors Leadership Program. So it was a very good opportunity for me, and I thought, yes, people of America, once they give a promise, they never breaks it. Then I came to know, because after 6-7 years, the meeting which happened in 2018, and after so long, they invited me, and I'm very fortunate to come to USA, because this is my first visit, and on top of that, in Washington DC, which is like the capital of the world, and this is my 4th day in Washington DC, and we are being given great treatment by the Meridian, which is IVLP people, and a lot of trainings and workshops are happening. Even though I'm not able to visit a lot of places, your Hai Sonamla and RTYC President of Women, Rinzingla, they have been very kind, and Hai Sonamla Kunchokla, and they are kind enough to take me to a few places, and I'm happy that I'm in this beautiful house. I can feel the warmth and the love and a lot of energy inside this cozy house. In front of him, he came all the way to Metro to receive me, pick me up, and that was like, I was truly like, like in a foreign country, to be received by somebody. It's like a great pleasure, and I can see His Holiness for photograph and all. In my office also, in my back, I have a painting of His Holiness, so it feels like home. I'm happy to be here.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
See, it seems the Sikkim Krantikari Morcha is a local political party.
Right.
How many political parties are there? Do they have affiliations with Congress or Centre Party? Modi?
Sikkim is a small place, but it's a very strategic place. It's from a global point of view. It has 3 international borders, and Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party was formed in the year 2013 under the leadership of Prem Singh Tamangoli. He was in opposition. Sikkim Krantikari Morcha Party was in opposition for nearly around 10 years, and we formed the government. There is a local party called SDF, Sikkim Democratic Front. The leader of the party is Mr. Pawan Kumar Chamli, but he could not manage to get one seat also this time in 2024. And there is a new party which is coming up. It's called Citizens Action Party. And that party is also a new party, and I think they will need to work a lot if they want to, win elections. It's a young party. And there are parties like Congress also. Indian National Congress is there, but Indian National Congress is not much visible right now. BJP, which is I think the largest party in the world, with a lot of membership. Narendra Modi, Mr. Narendra Modi is the president of the party, and in Sikkim they have quite a few numbers of members, and yes, they are quite vocal. But having said that, we as a Sikkim Krantikari Morcha party is the main party in power, and Sikkim, India being a federal structure, we have center and state relations is very, very important, and we have two MPs. One is Lok Sabha, one is Rajya Sabha, and both the MPs have joined NDA. And today, I think there's a alliance called NDA, Northeast Democratic Alliance, and our Chief Minister went with various leaders from Northeast. 8 Chief Ministers had a meeting regarding in Northeast Democratic NEDA. It's called NEDA.
Yeah.
So they had a very fruitful meeting. Yes, and we are in alliance with the BJP government at the center. Yes.
So you're very young, yeah? So politics is like a very, I'm glad like your family, they're supporting you. So how come you are interested in politics? You're very young. For us, like when we saw you, we thought like you are in 30s,
Yeah. Maybe in college or something.
See, before joining politics, I started my career after finishing my college from Hindu College. I started working in a call center.
Okay.
It was an American-based call center, and the company which I was working was AT&T, which is a mobile service. And that was long time back. That was around 2005, and Indian economy was just opening up under the leadership of Manmohan Singh, and a lot of BPOs, business processing outsourcing, was happening from America. So Gurgaon was the place where all the factories and the companies was coming up, and I had the opportunity to work for an American company back then, 2007-8. So I was the customer care executive.
Okay.
Then after that, I went back to Sikkim. Then I worked as a teacher for 4 years. In a place called Sonamati Senior Secondary School in Khamdong. Then in 2010, then I thought there were some issues which I didn't like during the previous government. So I thought, in order to bring change, you have to be in the policy making process. But before joining politics, because politics is a huge step.
Yes.
Because there is nobody in my family who was in politics. I'm the first person to be in politics, where my mom, my father were in government jobs. So psychologically, I was supposed to be a government servant.
Yes.
But I could not, because there were some issues which I didn't like. So 2010, what I did was, before joining politics, I think I'll start with social work, social activism. So started my career as a social activist by forming the first registered motorcycle club of Sikkim. It's called. It's an NGO called Dirty Angels Motorcycle Club. Dirty Angels is a metaphor given to our bikes, not to the riders. We started with 10 to 15 riders. Right now, tomorrow is our 14th foundation day. Right now we have around 50 registered members and around 150 to 200 riding members. So this club has grown big, and Dirty Angels organizes events, social work. And after that, 2013, I founded one organization called Artist Deals with Artists, musicians. And the name of the organization was OMAS, Organization of Musicians and Artists of Sikkim. Why I decided to form that organization was I had a group of friends, so those who were all artists, musicians. So the artists were being ignored by the government of Sikkim back then, by under the leadership of SDF government. You know, there were some issues regarding artists whereby an artist performer were being used, and some brokers used to take the major share of the amount of money which they were supposed to get. You know, for example, an artist performs, if he was supposed to get 100 rupees, he only got around 20. 80 was being taken there. So these are the issues which I raised. Then OMAS was formed, and OMAS is also I think around 10 years now. We're still going strong. And after that, my main course of demand was to form an artist board in Sikkim. So the previous government did not see the necessary to form a board. And after the formation of government, we have an artist board, we have a chairman, and this is the greatest achievement. And then 2013, a major thing happened in my life. You know, the then railway minister, Mr. Mukul Roy, he was the railway minister, Union Railway Minister. He had come to Sikkim, so he invited me to Rumtek. He was staying in Rumtek, nearby Rumtek Monastery. So he invited me there. We had a meeting for half an hour, and then there were some issues going on in the hills that time. And he told me in the month of, I remember, March 2013, he had come, and he told me to join TMC. And I had zero knowledge about politics.
Okay.
You know, everybody thought that politics is a dirty game. So
exactly.
Yeah, and my feeling was also the same, because I was being a social activist. I also thought that way. And I said, they were and TMC as a party, so Mamata Banerjee's party, it'll take a great big deal of time, you know, to organize party, and that also party from Bengal. So I was quite skeptical about it, and I thought I told him I'll think about it. And in the month of October, he came again into Siliguri, and he said he invited me again. And the former chief minister, Mr. P.T. Loksam, he is no more. He was my first political guru.
Okay.
He showed me a lot of issues in Sikkim politics. He accepted the proposal to be the president, and they needed a general secretary, and they could not find anybody. So I said, okay, I'll join, but I'll understand what is your agendas. So they invited me to Calcutta, Navana, the main TMC party house, party office, and that time I was like 50-50, okay, because I wanted to know what is the agenda, how will the party, because party need funds to organize events. I wanted to ask all those questions. But we reached that office around 10 in the morning, and suddenly around 4 p.m. we had to stay in the lobby because there were some issues going on in the hills that time, which it's a big issue which I don't want to reveal right now. And in my life, I had never seen so many cameras, so many microphones in my life. The table was so huge, all the most of the part of the table was filled with mics, and that was quite surprising. And I could not negotiate with the leader. And the news comes that Tshering Wangchuk Lepcha is the general secretary. That was how I started my political career.
Wow.
I was not able to negotiate with Mukul Roy because I wanted to know what will be the agenda, how will you support the party, if nothing. And that is how I joined politics. And I stayed in TMC for nearly 4.5 years. I did my graduation from TMC. Then I am doing masters in Sikkim Kantikari Morcha. Someday I will write thesis also.
Yeah, that must be very daunting. And now I remember a little bit. Gatso is my childhood friend.
Yes,
he's in the bike club too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the Teenagers Motorcycle Club, which I spoke about.
Yeah. Now I remember.
He's now the president, and I think he's one of the most successful presidents so far. Successful.
Yes.
He's very strict, you know.
Yes.
And he has the way to lead things. Yes.
Oh,
He's doing
okay.
well. He's doing very well.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for your
Tomorrow
time.
is our Dirty Angels 14th Foundation Day.
Okay, so big
I'm
shout
here.
out to Dirty Angel then. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, yes,
thank
Okay, thank you.
You say